How's it going, my unquittable friends? If church once felt like home, but now leaves you feeling just unseen, exhausted, or just numb, you're not alone. You're in that in between space. Maybe you've stepped away, maybe you're questioning everything. But what if this season, listen, what if this season could lead to real healing, deep rest, and a renewed sense of purpose? That's exactly why we're putting together these 8-week interactive mentorship series designed for you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today. I want you to go grab a cup of coffee, hot tea, meet me back here. I'm going to give you 1 minute, and we are going to just dive into this a little bit. I'm going to go grab me one as well.
When the songs feel empty and the pews feel cold, broken hearts are heavy, burnt out, growing old, bored with all the motion, wondering where's the fire. Welcome to the Unquittable Church, where rest is found, purpose starts to stir. No more hiding, no more striving in the dark. You're not too far, come alive, ignite your heart. The Unquittable Church, bringing healing, rest, and purpose for the broken, the burnt out, the bored.
So you're not broken beyond repair. Let me start off by saying that. You're not broken beyond repair. If you're coming into Unquittable Church feeling broken, brokenness grows when you feel unheard. But this series, it creates a safe space to be truly seen. Now, if you're coming to this burnout, that's not your fault. It's what happens when we give beyond our limits year after year, which is without rest. This journey prioritizes Sabbath rhythms so you can recharge without any guilt. Now, maybe you're coming in just a little bit bored with things right now in your Christian faith. Boredom often means your God-given gifts are sitting just unused. This series helps you rediscover your passions and step back into some meaningful faith. So that's what we're trying to develop with these 8-week mentorship series that's going to be starting this February. So the format is just a gentle, it's accessible, nothing too heavy in commitment. It's just weekly interactive videos. You can watch at your own pace. It's got some soul-stirring music that we put together with each of the sessions. And it's also got private journaling that you're going to be able to journal and answer the response questions right there in our app there. And then there's absolutely no pressure during all of this. Now, I say it's interactive because every journal entry and every response that you put in will come to me, and I get to read those and pray over you. There's also going to be some group discussion threads that goes right along with this series. I'm going to be sharing some of my thoughts and insights as we go along this together, and we encourage other people to interact with each other. So it has that sense of community. And of course, there's that schedule a call button that you can hit and pick a date and time where you and I can meet virtually one-on-one just to discuss anything that's on your heart or pray about any needs that you might be having. So, and of course, it's all a part of the Unquittable Church, right? So we have to also intertwine our 6 unquittable actions. So like active listening and encouraging speaking, you'll be able to be invited into a place to share stories safely. Voices silenced by hurt and shame get heard again in these. It builds trust and it builds that healing that we're looking for. We're also going to be monitoring workload and giving rest. So you're going to learn to recognize depletion and embrace rest as obedience to God. You can think about how Jesus, he says, "Come to me and I will give you rest." I love that phrase that Jesus shares in Scripture. And music and journaling guides you into a real renewal through these 8 weeks. You're going to be able to discover passion and allow engagement. So when you uncover what lights up your spirituality, then find ways to live it out. Not just watching from your sidelines, but actually stepping into real faith. One of the things I think you'll enjoy that Mark and I, who's going to be sharing with you during this next 8 weeks, is we have some kind of like challenges and activities for you to work out throughout the week. I think you're going to really enjoy. And like I said, no commitment. No one's following up if you're doing anything. But some of you are coming at this with a little bit of boredom, and you need to just kind of try to do something that's outside of the normal. So we've got you during this series as well. So reason why we put this together is so this isn't just another program. It's a bridge back to vibrant faith, rooted in gospel-centered hope. Many who felt exactly like you. I think one of the things that people really discover through our workshops is that, man, I'm not the only one. Because when you're hiding in the pews and you're feeling a certain way, you feel like you might be the only one in that sanctuary that's feeling like you are. And the real answer is no, you're actually not the only one feeling like that. There are many other people who are going through the same feelings, the same brokenness, burnout, and boredom that you are. And there's just not a whole lot of resources sometimes to find that true healing, rest, and purpose we need. That's why Unquittable Church exists. It's helping us become unquittable. So this is actually going to be starting at the beginning of February. So I'd love for you to get yourself ready, get your spirit ready. If you haven't gotten our book, I encourage you, maybe you can get caught up in the unquittable actions and the stories and the spiritual rhythms that's written in our book. Becoming Unquittable is the book for those who are feeling broken, burnout, and bored. And then if you are a mentor, if you're trying to mentor somebody who's feeling that way, we have the Unquittable Church helping you prevent and bring healing and rest and purpose back into other people's lives. So those books are in our resources here on our website as well. So we want to try to make sure that we're creating that safe space. And these 8 weeks that we're getting ready to come into, I think is going to be a really exciting way for us to do that together. What are your thoughts? What are you hoping to get out of this series, these 8-week mentorship series that we're going to do? Is there anything particular that has been stirring in your soul that you're trying to find? Maybe it's a deeper faith and spiritual rhythms. Maybe it's actually more biblical theology and knowledge about who God and Jesus is. And maybe you're just looking for something a little different, just trying to meet other people like you. That's one of the things that I'm really excited about, is just kind of building a little tribe, a community of people that are kind of have felt the same way that I have in the past. So what's the reason that you're approaching this? I'd love to hear it. I'm going to continue to share on here how things are going and what I'm preparing for my heart as we get ready to approach this. And I'd love to hear more about what's stirring in your spirits. So send me a message. Let me know. Cheers.